Hi everyone, in this video we are going over social media marketing for dentists, your secrets to success. I really want this video to be more about the principles instead of the tactical side. I made tons of videos in the past about the tacticalities, the technical side of running Facebook ads, running Google ads. I have videos here if you want to see those. But in this video, I want to keep it to principles. So the truth is, anyone can learn how to run ads, whether it's on Facebook or Google. There are literally thousands of tutorials here on YouTube that you can find out how to, put an ad out there and to start advertising. However, there's only so many people that are actually proficient at advertising. This is kind of like the bell-shaped curve. Advertisers or dentists alike are in this normal distribution. There's only a little bit in the tail end on the far right side, and there's only a couple that are really struggling, but for the most part everyone's kind of in the center. So today I want to kind of show you how to move from the middle to more of the right part of the bell curve distribution, if you will, and how you can separate yourself from other dentists and advertisers. It's really the same as painting. I actually have a Leonardo da Vinci biography back here, but anyone can learn how to paint. Anyone can put paint on a canvas, but at the end of the day, there's only really one Leonardo da Vinci. There's only one Van Gogh, one Monet. So today I want to kind of reveal some of the principles that I've learned about that can get you to the right side of the distribution, if you will. Now, obviously, I don't know everything. You're going to have to learn from multiple people, multiple mentors in order to get to where you want to go. But I'm going to do my best, share everything that I know on how to perform well with running ads for dentists and give you as much knowledge as I can. Another caveat for listening to this is, again, these are principles. So many of these you've probably heard before, but just like even in Proverbs, it talks about how wisdom makes its stance. It yells in the public space as people are walking around, but not a lot of people listen. Same thing with life. You hear a lot of people give advice about eating healthy or finding mentors, getting 8 hours of sleep. That's great. That's really good advice, but it's how many people actually follow that and actually follow through. So today is going to be probably some boring advice, if you will, but these are the tried and true principles of what it takes to be successful when you're advertising. So the first principle I want to talk about is connecting with your audience. Now, you really want to separate yourself as an authority figure in your realm. So when it comes to dental marketing, if you are able to give implants or place implants, then you really want to answer questions that people are already asking in their head related to implants. This will naturally separate yourself as an expert in your region because you're most likely the only person doing this. And just by you talking and answering questions, that will start to build trust with your audience because you're providing value for them first before asking for anything in return. One thing to note is if you instead just run a straight offer, for example, free teeth whitening or X amount of dollars for an exam and x-rays, the leads are more likely to be a lot more flaky and looking for just the best price because that's how the relationship, if you will, was started. Instead of just being an expert in your region, having people see you as someone that they can trust, an authority figure, if you instead just go the straight offer route and you say, hey, this much for this, then it's one way to do it, but in the long term, it's going to hurt you because the patients are going to be more flaky. They're going to be price shopping a lot more. And it's because it's not based on a relationship. Whereas if you go the expert route, then it is, and it's going to help you in the long term. So the real goal when you're advertising is to educate the person, enter the conversation that they're already having in their mind, really just follow it up, continue down the road of questions they're already asking, answer those questions, and begin to build that trust with them. Another principle I want to share when you're running ads is to have a proven offer. Now, although it's important how you position the offer, you don't want to show it right up front because you want to prioritize building the relationship with the patient first. It is important to have something that is competitive in nature and it's able to, it kind of fits in the market, if that makes sense. So a good way to do this is just to have a free consultation or one of the proven offers that they run with direct mail, or even on Groupon, you can find offers just for ideas on how to bring someone in. You really don't want to test offers at scale. You just want to find something that's already proven in another market and bring it over to yours. I like to see offers as a vehicle for bringing patients into the practice. If you don't have an offer, it's very nebulous. Things are kind of up in the air. People don't really know how to engage or what's like the next step, if you will. So it's important to set that expectation up front. Now, again, it's important where you position the offer. You want to have it a little bit later in the, sales cycle, if you will. If you just leave it up front, then the relationship is going to be based on that transaction instead of actually engaging and having a useful connection with your audience. The next secret I want to talk about is having a compelling creative. Now, this applies to interruption-based marketing on Google. Obviously, you're not going to have pictures or creative to show to your audience, but I'm really just talking about interruption-based marketing, which is getting someone to stop scrolling on Facebook or Instagram and get them to pay attention to your ad. So you really only have 3 seconds to get someone's attention. There's a great book that I recommend everyone read called Hook Point by Brendan Kane. It's Brendan. So Brendan talks about how you really only have 3 seconds to grab someone's attention. The way you do this is through what's called hook point. So hook point is something with your creative or your copy that compels someone to stop scrolling. It's important to have a compelling hook point in order to get people to stop and pay attention to you. Attention is now the new currency, especially in our digital age, so mastering the art of getting someone's attention is critical. The next secret is have an effective follow-up. So after you get the lead, it's just as important to follow up with them, to nurture that lead until it becomes a new patient. This is where a lot of advertisers get stuck. They're really good at bringing in leads, but not necessarily good at bringing in patients. It's important to have that system down that converts the lead into the patient so that you can grow your practice. You want to make sure that the leads are being contacted on the phone no later than 24 hours of them submitting their info. It's really important to have that strong interaction point so that they can continue to build trust with you and eventually become a patient. The next secret is to have multiple streams of traffic. To be successful in the long term, you really want to have both search-based and interruption-based marketing. This will ensure your message goes to the maximum amount of people possible that are interested or potentially fit to come into your practice. It's important to get both of these traffic sources because this enables you to be in front of the most amount of people that are actively searching for you and then the most amount of people that fit your ideal patient avatar. This will give you peace of mind because now you're reaching out to the most amount of people possible that would be able to come into your practice. Now, you really only want to do this after you have all your other ducks in a row. So having a solid website, having a solid front desk system, if you will. You don't want to build on an incomplete foundation or something that's not able to sustain you in the long term. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you got some value out of it. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to see more content like this. And if you want me to run ads for your practice, I do have a link in the description below. Until next time, YouTube friends, I'll see you later.